So I keep seeing this one come up online a lot, and it's just all about etch primer. And specifically, should I use etch primer under epoxy primer? And like, does doubling them up make it better? I have to kind of pause every time I see one of these threads come up because it seems like it's a weekly question. So I figured I'd just make a video about it because it's pretty simple when you get down to it. And I want to explain exactly why that is. And just real quick, my name is Aaron. I've been painting cars professionally for over 20 years. Anyways, let's dive into why epoxy primer is kind of the end all for bare metal, and you don't necessarily need to use etch primer under it. So first, I'm going to start off with this thread that I found, and this is kind of funny. Not to start an argument, who here uses etch primer on bare metal before epoxy? What's your favorite epoxy to use? This gets a little unhinged in here. How many times this week are we going to be asked this again? Hopefully nobody does, one or the other, not both. And this just kind of goes on and on and on. People have commented on this, and DTM, not direct to primer. Yeah, I think that kind of sums it up right there. And it kind of depends on the product you're going to use. This is just a peek inside. I have my classroom here. This is kind of all the stuff that you can get as part of joining Make It Match on school.com. And this specifically here, this is a lesson on epoxy primer. And this kind of goes over all the ins and outs of epoxy, how to apply it and why it works so well, and all the different kinds of ways that you can apply it and what you should ultimately look for. But when you get down to it, epoxy primer is meant to bond to bare metal. And when you put an etch primer down, a lot of times etch primers have phosphoric acid in it, and that acid can actually react with the primer. So what I would encourage you to do is find an epoxy primer ultimately that when you use on your project, something from the likes of SPI. Maybe you're going to use an AXO product like Lessenol epoxy primer, or maybe you're going to go PPG and you're going to use something cheaper like a Delfleet primer, or maybe you want to stick with AXO and you want to use one of the best primers that they have for the money, which I use all the time and I've used it countless times. And that would be like Wanda 7000. It's a pretty good epoxy primer if you can get it wherever you're at in the world. It kind of depends because you have to buy it from a jobber or a paint distributor. You can't go online like Southern Polyurethanes and order it online as easily. So I just want to show real quick how to find this stuff out. So if you type in like SPI epoxy primer, that's going to take you to the Southern Polyurethanes website. And here they've got all their primers, and you can just click on right here, epoxy primer. If you just click on tech page here on their website, there you go. It brings up all of the information that you need essentially to apply this primer properly on whatever you're working here. And right here, like the second sentence in this document, it just says, this epoxy primer eliminates the need for an acid etch primer. Use epoxy on bare fiberglass or SMC before applying body fillers or 2K primers for best long-term results. That is because the epoxy primer and the polyester filler, they actually can chemically bond. And if you scuff down the epoxy primer after you've put it on, then you get a mechanical and a chemical bond. And that's as strong as you're possibly going to get body filler wise to a sealing primer like epoxy primer. And if you scroll down a little bit more on this tech sheet, it starts talking about body filler and stuff like that. And it specifically says on any restoration, it is always best to apply the body filler over the epoxy rather than applying filler over bare metal for best adhesion and corrosion protection. After applying 2 coats of epoxy, wait overnight before applying the body filler. The epoxy does not need to be sanded before applying the body filler for up to 7 days if it does not go outside. So there you go. That's kind of the gist of it. So this is just, of course, one type of epoxy primer. Another good one that I like is Wanda 7000. And this text sheet, if you read this one mixes a little bit different. It's 3-to-1, but it's meant to go over blasted steel, or if you're going over steel, 80 to 180. That's kind of the grit. And then you put it directly on bare metal. And then on the Wanda primers, just like a lot of AXO's products, when they're going direct to metal, they use these auto prep pre-treatment wipes. And these are actually made by Henkel. They're sold under Bondurite as well. They're kind of the same thing. And what they are is just like a towel that you wipe on the bare metal. And these pre-treatment wipes are kind of cool because they're different than etch primer. They're different than phosphoric acid. They have titanium and zirconium dissolved in them. Essentially what you're doing with this acidic wipe is you're wiping it on the metal. It's taking off the rust, the flash oxidation off that top layer, and it's changing what the surface actually is. Etch primer works by dropping phosphoric acid onto the surface. It lightly etches it, and then it deposits a vinyl resin over that etch. The resin anchors into that mechanical roughness that the acid creates. If you spray it too heavy, you kind of weaken that bond because there's too much phosphoric acid and it's not really doing anything great anymore. The resin is too much on the surface and everything like that. The application matters way more. So it's just a lot easier to get wrong. The thing with these etch wipes though, is the surface needs to stay wet for at least a minute. go back over it a few times and make sure that it's fully saturated. And then once the surface dries, there's an 8-hour recoat window. Anyway, so that's kind of the AXO side of things. You have to use these pre-treatment wipes, but this works really great. And it's kind of the same as the SPI. You can recoat it with polyester body filler without sanding anytime after an hour of cure time and up to 72 hours. So that would be 3 days after you spray it. Is that right? 24, 48, 72. Yeah, 3 days after you spray it. And then another primer that I like, if I'm being kind of cheap and I want to use it up, ESU 460, 461, and 462, I think are the differences. They're just colors. That's really all that changes between those primers. And this is another kind of primer that's meant to go directly over bare metal. And all that this calls for is just some wax and grease remover. You can use their DX436, or you could use something simple like a U-POL 2002, 2000. No, actually, there's two different ones. U-POL 20:022002. It's confusing. There's two different part numbers, and one of them's a water-based cleaner, and one of them's not. You want the slow solvent-based degreaser. This is meant to just apply directly over bare metal. Prepped fiberglass, galvanized steel, steel and aluminum, OE finishes. It can pretty much go over all of that. But like I've talked about with this is kind of a cheaper side of the epoxy game. So it's not as finely refined. So you're going to notice that there's a little bit of grit, a little bit of sand to it. You can kind of reduce it out a little bit to kind of help, help with that kind of grainy texture that it has. But ultimately it's determined on that granule size of what the actual primer is made out of. So long story short, read the text sheet, kind of understand the principles behind this, that if you put 1K etch primer down, it's pretty variable. If you put a little bit, a lot of it, are you going to have too much down where it's not going to essentially work? Or is it going to cause a weakening of the epoxy layer? Specifically, if you put like body filler over etch primer, the acid is actually going to stop the body filler from curing properly to the bare steel if you were to go over bare metal like that. There's nothing worse than completely prepping a car and then spraying it with epoxy primer only to have that primer like flake off, scrape off super easily, or peel off if you go to unmask it. And I've had that happen. It's not fun. So avoid the etch primer. Just get a good epoxy primer that either goes direct to bare metal, or in the case of the AXO stuff, if you're using a conversion wipe, a pre-treatment wipe, that's going to be chemically different than a 1K etch primer would. And it actually changes the molecular surface of the steel that it's bonding to, but it's not putting down the phosphoric acid. It's not putting down that resin on top of the steel that causes the adhesion issues between epoxy primer. So yeah, choose a really good epoxy primer. There's lots of them. Read the text sheet and just follow what the manufacturer recommends. And that's going to really save you a lot of headaches.